Yeah, are you able to see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Sowmini. I'm founder and managing director of Agrighar Services Pvt.Ltd. Thank you, Agriculture Info, for giving me this opportunity to address the audience. If I may know, what is the category of audience are we reaching out today? Based on that, I will modulate my presentation.
Yeah, we have like it's a mixed this thing, mixed audience.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go to next slide?
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest challenge what we are addressing is like the rural economic development. Most of the farmers who are based in the rural areas are not seeing agriculture as their livelihood. So here we are trying to address the gaps by telling them few opportunities which they can transform their regular agriculture into entrepreneurship. We also want to stabilize the system by addressing these gaps, by empowering youth, and also materializing this youth into entrepreneurship, where they can actually create certain kind of livelihood systems for themselves, not only for themselves, but also create livelihoods like employment for other individuals who are based on the rural segment. Next slide, please. The next target is like the current supply chain system, which is available at current stage, is again very distorted, and we want to actually these gaps in the form of like and want to mention that wherever there is a gap, depending on the area of operations, we identifying the gaps, also them under the of gap, and like through that gap, so providing solutions for those gaps. Next slide. Yeah. The next challenge is again getting seed to plate. The farmers are not readily empowered to ensure that their produce is reaching to the consumer, because we all know that the farmers sell off the agriculture commodity as soon as the harvests are done. But we are trying to intervene there. We want to give them solutions like warehouse, giving them options like building up certain storage systems to preserve that commodity, because we all know is like immediately after the harvest, the price realization to the farmer is very less, and due to the distress, they sell it off. So we are trying to mobilize them into farmer organizations and asking them to hold on that raw material for certain period so that they gain the benefits. Beyond that, we also want to ensure that we give this technology to those farmers, making them benefit from the technologies to universities, giving them good seed material, and also ensuring that they grow crops and market is demanding. So this is the bigger gap what we are planning, we are intervening in, where the farmers or the farmer organizations who are working in this segment work towards the market-driven crops, not looking for market for what they are growing. So the challenge is like again getting seed to plate. So go back to the market-driven crops and then grow at the farms. This is what we are intervening. Next slide, please. So we are now emphasizing on this agri-entrepreneurship opportunity, how they can benefit. What is the next slide? So we have chosen food processing for a reason, saying that there's a lot of gap in the entire India, and most of us realize that we are a major exporter of certain commodities, and also we are the importers. So a lot of because we are exporting the raw material but importing the finished product what we are consuming. So this is where we want to emphasize on. And moreover, by continuing to operate at low level of value chain, we are also losing the income and production benefits. However, most of them involve, as I said, exports of raw material against developed countries whose exports mostly comprise of processed foods. So this is why we have chosen food processing as the major segment. Next slide. And there is a lot of possibility in the food processing also. There is always a growth. Along with the growing population, there is always a need of innovating new products, new recipes, new foods to be involved, innovated, and how you can address to the market. As I was saying, it's again how the consumer is asking, we need to process the foods and then supply to them. Next slide. So we are also the largest populated country in the world, and we want to actually be the largest also in the food processing. Now we are world 6th largest, with retail contributing 70% of sales. The Indian food processing also accounts for 32% of the country's total food market. And moreover, we are also wanting to contribute to the GDP for the growth of the country. Next slide. As you can see over the slide, the global food market is always increasing and there is always a demand. So we want to emphasize on creating this mini food processing industries. Next slide, please. At lower level at the rural areas, and where we can actually emphasize the benefit of these processing units to the farmers, farmer entities, farmer related families, where we can actually establish this at small scale to reduce the spoilage of the fruits and vegetables. That is one factor, and also to address the rising energy costs, which are again a bigger aspect which we are addressing. So an entire food processing industry can be developed in rural areas, which thereby augmenting income and employment. The next slide. So we have certain examples here where we want to address. This is an example of rice value addition. If you can see, all the raw materials are used in one or the other format of food, or it might be used for the cattle feed. So if you see the rice, you can actually work out, if you can train the farmers or the farmer entities or any rural youth on ensuring that they are selling processed material, maybe even the paddy itself, but if you can process it and clean it and grade it and send it in proper bags, industries like huge and big industries can actually be your procurement companies. Moreover, after value addition, also after this value addition, you can also process it to the rice, and then even the husks can be utilized in the form of oil. We know rice bran oil is being very popularized these days, and most of us are consuming it. And moreover, if you can further add value to that, we can add snacks, we can add we can differentiate the product, the same paddy, into different value-added products and transform that benefit to the farmers. Next slide. So these are like the representative data where a farmer, if he's selling his raw paddy, what is he's getting, and if he's selling the value-added product, what's the benefit you can see on the slide. Next slide. So similarly, we can establish this mini food processing industry for all the commodities. We have mini rice mill, which is coming up around 2.5 lakhs, where they can establish, even if a farmer is not ready to invest on it, they can actually form a group of farmers who are growing paddy, and they can invest together. They can mutually share the benefit of the machinery, and also brand them in such a format they can sell it by themselves. Next slide. Such many food processing industries can grow with paddy, dals. We can have tomato or fruits and vegetables also. We can do this as cereal grains. What we are doing is like we can have spices, powders. We can have millets. We can have all these mini food processing industries at small scale investments, and we want to emphasize on these structures. Next slide. This is a small slide which represents about the red gram value addition. You can see, if even if a red gram as a raw product is sold, the benefit is again minimized. And if you value add the product and sell it like dal or any flour or any kind of further value added products like structures which we make with the dals, all these can be mutually benefited for the producer and also to the communities. Next slide. Yeah, the dal mill is again coming around 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. So depends on the volume of how, where they want to sell. Depending on the quality of value-added product, we can actually increase the investments, and we can also plan to have this. Similarly, turmeric value addition. This is one thing where again, usually the farmers sell wet turmeric as soon as they harvest. But even if you dry it and sell it, there is huge value addition. And further, if you're making it into powder and sell it, you can actually increase the value to 5 times. Next slide. We have dehydrated products coming out for both like pro-harvest, post-harvest losses, to prevent post-harvest losses, and also to address the lossage of fruits and vegetables. We want to preserve that in the format, and dehydration also helps you to increase the shelf life of the same fruit or vegetable, and give a lot of benefit, value addition, because lot of instant mixes or the commercial viable products, they use dried vegetables for their instant mixes. So again, solar dehydration is one concept what we inculcate in our trainings. Next. For the oil seed producers, we have these cold press oils, because everyone of us know that the machine made oil are not really healthy for your human consumption. And now cold press oils have gained a lot of importance in health, and morely on the diabetes, cholesterol, morely on the fitness freaks who are willing to compromise on certain things, but not on food. Next slide. So we have further value-added products, like you can rush through the slides so that they understand what can be made. You can actually skip the slides also. These are all value-added products coming out of the common products. We have jellies, jams, fruits and pickles, dried vegetables, spice-based products. We have these instant mixes again coming up, like masala mixes and confectionery, which with the same peanut, you can actually make a lot of value added, like peanut butters and snacks. Next. So these value added products from fruits and vegetables are the pickles. The previous slide, please. Which are gaining importance, because now pickles, earlier it used to be like 3 to 4 items, but now pickles range has increased from every vegetable. They are making pickles because everyone wants to relish it in a longer duration, and even dried vegetables are gaining importance because most of the working women need these support systems to make their journey of cooking very pleasant. Next. Yeah, there are export opportunities for moringa powder, peanut butter. All these are exportable products. When you're having a lot of raw material available, you can actually plan on this. And we train on all these value-added products at our Agrighar Center. Next slide. We also want to establish these food business operators at different levels. You may be involved in procurement. You may be involved in aggregation. You may be involved in collection centers. You might be involved in primary processing or secondary processing, or you next. Or come into market, brand your products. We have all the systems available. Next. You might be wondering why only for the land and agri related, farm related opportunities are sold, but we are also here coming up with opportunity for landless. Next slide. So here we say that, okay, not everyone has land, but they want to stay at the rural areas and establish a income generating activity. And these are like custom hiring centers, collection centers. I can say soil conservation is one thing which is gaining importance, because organic farming and integrated farming is gaining a lot of importance. We also promote the soil testing and biomanure production as one of the key entrepreneur aspect, where we can say they don't not only serve themselves, but also creating a lot of value to the farming community, because they are working on the soil conservations, and this will be gainful. Next slide. Custom hiring centers is again a kind of a concept where we want to establish. where we can say one person or one entity, one individual will be establishing this, but they'll be renting out, providing as a benefit to other individuals. Next slide. So these are the collection centers which I was mentioning. These can be giving this multiple benefits of collective procurement. They also have provide as a temporary storage structures. Persons who are organizing these collection centers can actually help them to even prevent or lessen the post-harvest losses by giving them support systems like crates and storage systems, and also giving them information on the market prices, when to sell and everything. All these can be provided as a collection center. Yeah, this is again the support systems which you can offer for one second. FPOs, farmer organizations. In fact, these farmer producer organizations have gained a lot of importance in recent past years, and these can actually help out these entities are helping out these farmers to collectivize and also create these entrepreneurship opportunities. Next slide. Yeah, there are a lot of support services again which are available, which can be actually taken up, or you cannot actually support with a collection center or a procurement center, or you can actually be a primary processor, as I said. And there are a lot of benefits of you can help them out in pre-production, production, and post-production. I've mentioned about all the different services which we can help these individuals to establish an enterprise. Next slide. And layers in marketing, as I said, you can be linking up these farmer products, or it can be in the form of trading, it can be in the form of processing, it can be in the form of packaging, either it is in the form of, again, warehouse management, and also in the exports. So the layers of marketing would be directly to the consumer. The producer to the consumer would be the first immediate layer, which is it's not possible for everyone. Or not, like when you're talking about fruits and vegetables, yes, that's possible. But for the grains and cereals and pulses and everything, these are not possible, because you have to come into value addition and food processing and then only sell. So there is again structures like local buyers, traders, all these persons come into, and you can actually be one of the player and also learn the skills which are required to excel in the structure, whatever you want to do. Next. Beyond this land opportunities and landless opportunity, we also want to say that there is a lot of waste management which is required. These can be actually done through biomanures or the biodiesel. Next slide, please. Yeah, the waste management is again structures like reduce, recycle, reuse are the structures what we are promoting, and we want to make use of the wastage which is available in the rural areas, also income generating, and we want to help these rural entrepreneurs to identify that as a potential, and they can actually establish their own recycle managers, because there's a lot of bio waste, there is a lot of e-waste, there is a lot of plastic waste which is available, but this also can be an entrepreneurship opportunity. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. We have a lot of, like, this is again structure where we want to. Next slide. So how the integrated waste next slide management can be done. Next slide. We have designed these slides only to ensure that no matter what the farmer grow, they have. Next slide. Yeah, the biogas is again one structure which can actually help them to generate the gas from them, because again fuel is one thing which is lot of consumable structure in the rural areas, and these people can actually make sure of these bio products, and generate their own fuel. Like, these are the few examples of which organic matter can be converted into fertilizer, and also which waste from which animal can, how much of animal waste can be converted into fertilizer. Next slide. Yeah, these are biomanures for farming, and we emphasize on this vermicompost and all these structures. Next slide. Yeah, NADEP is the all the, if you are an agri graduate or a person who is working in rural areas, or if you have any farm which is linked, you can actually take it up this level. These are biomanures which we'll take it up like vermicompost, which helps in the soil conservation. And we have NADEP compost, we have Azola next, to increase the fertility of the soil and also to reduce the weed. Next slide. The farmer organizations which I was speaking, you can just map out because we are falling short of time. The rationale for setting producer organization is, again, persons who are coming up with a common requirement, common mentality, having a futuristic growth. They come together and form these producer organizations. And forming an FPO is also, again, a business model where they can actually help out other farmers and also gain the benefit by being part of the farmer organizations. Next slide. So these are collection of individuals showing interest in investing time, labor, resources, and funds to increase productivity, production, and income from a product or service of their interest. They should have a common interest. And then this is a business group owned and managed by the producers who are farmers for their mutual benefit. And these producer groups are formed with an objective of enhancing their access to formal markets on a sustainable basis. Next slide. So these are independent, non-governmental membership-based organizations. They take shares, they take, the farmers are mobilized into member-owned producer organizations, and then they form, maybe the next slide will be more visible for how they are formed in stage-wise. Yeah, this is a slide which I was mentioning, that they form small groups at the villages. They form a community committee, and two representatives of the first group, two representatives of other group, they also form another at executive committee, and then they form a board. So that's how they upgrade to the bigger level and do. So coming to Agrighar, you can browse it. Next slide. So this is kind of like a one-stop solution where we want to promote this rural entrepreneurship through livelihood generation in agri and allied sectors. Our mission and vision are very clear that we want to create this, and we are addressing this employment as a bigger structure. We don't want to make the youth migrate to cities or urban areas, but rather create their wealth in their hometowns and then generate this employment. Next. So our vision is to reach out to 1 lakh livelihoods in decades journey, and then we are addressing the sustainable development goals. And we have our principles are, next slide. Yeah, we want to propose it as a one-stop enterprise development platform where we provide with end-to-end services. So we provide capacity building, we provide documentation support, we also facilitate the bank linkages through loans and providing other financial benefits. We also do mentoring support, guiding them, giving them hands-on training, and giving them a hand-holding support till they establish their businesses. And post businesses also, we want to support them through the marketing. Next slide. These are the sustainable development goals we are addressing through our venture. Next slide. Our principles are quality, uniqueness, enthusiasm, and sustainability, which creates trust in the organization. So the technology is, again, our integrated training and facility, which we have, like the ground floor is a manufacturing facility. The first floor is, again, a training center where we want to integrate both of them. It's an integrated facility. And the proposition is like we want to do skill training and entrepreneurship for rural livelihoods and entrepreneurship empowerment. Next slide. The competitive advantages of our Agrighar is like we are well linked with both backward and forward linkages. We are peer. We believe in peer networking, and we are networking with many organizations, both national and international. And we also provide this integrated training, which helps them, gives them confidence in what they are doing. And once they are confident, then we help them to register an enterprise, come into entrepreneurship. Next slide. Next slide. You can go. So there are three approaches: awake, awareness sessions like this, participating in sessions like this, reaching out to more and more people, reaching out to more aspiring people like you all, where we can create awareness on what we are doing. Next slide. And also giving you a scope which you can actually make it a realization and make it a reality at your own home. And core is again our next this one which we want to establish like a core program. This is creation of rural entrepreneurship. We have, as I said, this is an integrated facility where we have at one place we have rice mill, dal mill, cold press oils. We have cold storage. We have a solar dehydrator. We have a millet processing at one place. So how we did it? Yes, we invite people to come and visit us. We have an exposure visit. There's a team which is working. And next slide. So we invite people to come and get in. Next slide. Next slide. These are all about team. Next slide. These are the mentor boards who help us to give that. And next slide. Next slide. Yeah. This is an incubation model. What we are giving, we give them in, sorry, it's in Telugu. I can send it in English if you want to circulate. This is like an incubation model where we support, give them handhold support from day one, which they come with an idea. Without an idea, also we help them. And we incubate them. We provide the structural format of coming into entrepreneurship. Next slide. Manufacturing as a service is our key revenue model. Next slide. Where we are providing, we ask people to come with the raw material and take back the value-added product. Even if you're not ready to start an enterprise, we ask you to be the processor. We give on white labeling, whatever brand you wish to start off. This is one model which we want to promote in a huge way, where not everyone needs to invest on the infrastructure, but they can invest on marketing. They can invest on taking that value-added product. You can be a person, be an individual, be an entrepreneur who can collect the raw material and get it processed with us. We have different processing units placed at our place, and these can be used and pay-to-use model. We also provide FPO consultancy. This is kind of like where we want to ensure that FPOs are trained properly. Next slide. Next slide. So this is FPO consultancy, where we provide trainings to the FPOs. And next slide. Our passion is like investments in agriculture are the best weapons against hunger and poverty, and they have made the better for billions of people. Make life better. So Agrighar believes that every human needs a safe food, and we are taking the responsibility of creating that safe food made available at your own villages through you. That is our mission. Thank you. I think we can have some questions also, right?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sowmini, for a very detailed presentation. I'll stop sharing the screen now.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is agri-entrepreneurship and how does it contribute to rural development?
So agri-entrepreneurship is again like when you're connecting with agriculture being the major GDP contributor in the India. So we want to establish entrepreneurs in the rural areas so that they contribute to the GDP. And since agriculture is majorly a major commodity, or like every one of us do any kind of work only to have these five fingers going into our mouth, and we eat some food, and that is coming for agriculture. So we want to emphasize on agriculture.
Okay. And how can promoting agri-entrepreneurship lead to sustainable rural livelihoods?
See, again, this is again a very big thing. Sustainability comes when you work in a circular economy. So instead of someone else taking the benefit, the rural livelihoods is one thing. And once the economy is generated within the rural areas, so it is retained and it is not going upwards. Simultaneously, it is also contributing to the value addition, because even the people who are generating, they need not say that we don't want to sell, but they can create much bigger livelihoods for them. And beyond that, these livelihoods are sustainable because agriculture is a permanent structure, and it's a continuous process, right? We don't stop uh, farming or anything. That's the purpose we are emphasizing, to continue that farming by adding these value to them. Next questions.
Okay. And what are the key government initiatives in India that support agri-entrepreneurship?
Yeah, thanks to COVID again, because COVID has made the entire government structures to realize that there is a lot of gap in food processing, and also in the may it be in the form of like, can I say, warehouse management or infrastructure development or any kind of structures. So there are a lot of government schemes, central, state, and any organization is providing. So we have a particular session which is scheduled every quarter of the year. We have a separate session on government schemes, which is be there. Maybe our next session would be in September. So if anyone is interested, you can share my contact, or I will share one contact with you, Rajni. You can share with all the members, where it is a chat bot, where they can actually get all the information of what we are doing and then connect back to us. That is one thing. The second is, again, we want to contribute to this segment by connecting to these schemes, because not everyone is aware on the availability of what fund, what size of fund, what kind of fund, to whom it is available. So we provide that hand holding support through our incubation support. So we have state structure of PMEGP, Employment Generation Scheme. We have PMKY, Krishi Vignan Yojana. We have CGTMSC, which allows you to take loans on, it is guaranteed by the central government. We also have Agri-Infrastructure Fund, which is giving you 3% interest subvention subsidy. So all these details, depending on the requirement, depending on the size of fund, we make sure that these are transferred to the person.
Okay. And how can public-private partnership enhance agri-entrepreneurship in rural areas?
Public-private partnerships, maybe this is just a thought process which I'm forwarding. The public money can be invested into the infrastructure, the private people can run it, and this partnership will always increase on the GDPs and the economic growth. So this is what we are planning to propose to governments in future. And moreover, it's always there is a possibility of getting it, even if it is a partnership program, it is easy for them to promote in their public segment, public sector. It is easy for them to adapt to the products which are made by the private partners.
Okay. Okay. What are the major challenges faced by rural agri-entrepreneurs today?
It's in the seed money again. Major gap is again awareness. There is a lot of awareness gap. People don't even know that they can actually start off an enterprise with low investments. That is where Agrighar pitches in. And even with the low investment, if you have the potential of pitching any plan to government, we can help you out in getting that bank funding or any kind of a grant funding which is available. So we train you on all those aspects. And once you are made aware, it's again hand-holding support, which we are offering from Agrighar. It is well taken from the individuals. They just come at different stages. They just come for an awareness session. They just come for an exposure visit to understand how the industry works. We undertake trainings, practical trainings, online trainings. All these are the gaps which are there. So yeah, not a single individual or a single entity can address this. We need a lot of aggregators to evolve. So if anyone is interested to have a franchise, we are open to discuss.
Okay. And how does access to finance and credit affect the growth of agri-entrepreneurship?
That is major. That plays a major role, because if access to finance is not there, your growth is stalled. And you should always plan ahead. You should have your own plan of investing. You should also have own plan of getting funds from outside, getting funds from bank or anything. So it affects a lot.
Okay. And in what ways can technology and innovation drive sustainable agri-enterprises?
Innovation in kind of like, if you consider drone technology, that helps, because we emphasize, if people are not interested in food processing, we emphasize on drone entrepreneurship, where we ask them to invest on a drone and take it as an entrepreneurship journey, as a model where they can provide that as a service. As I mentioned about custom hiring centers, we can use drones. And technology have gone to that level that we have IoTs now, we have sensors, even rainfall sensing, atmosphere humidity sensing, and it helps us in planning our harvest or planning our producers in advance, and it will save the major hues which are addressing to the environmental change. Beyond this, we also have a lot of technology providers which are coming up, like database providers, aggregators, traders, who are coming up with a lot of technologies.
And how can digital tools and platforms empower rural agri-entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I mentioned this in my previous answer. This IoTs and all these digital tools are part of that. And this technology is moving, and we are now emphasizing on AI based, even the social media presence, digital marketing, and all these are part of your entrepreneurship. It should be part of, it should be imbibed into the business attitude, and it has to grow as and when required.
Okay. And how can digital tools and platforms? Uh, okay, I think you have answered this.
Yeah.
What role does agri-entrepreneurship play in achieving the sustainable development goals?
Like you meant, like I answered sustainable livelihoods, it's again sustainable development goals. uh, Whatever sustainable development goals we are addressing, it's kind of like women diversity, gender diversity we can do, industrialization we can do, we can also have economic empowerment, we also can have green energies coming, like solar cold storage, dehydrators coming, and all these sustainability development goals can be addressed.
Okay, so I'll take the last question now. How can agri-entrepreneurship promote environmentally sustainable farming practices?
um, Using solar technologies, uh, using biomanures, using I can say biopesticides and fertilizers, where you can actually help in the soil conservation, simultaneously also contributing to the environmental sustainability. We also have a lot of programs which are coming on waste management and all this. So I've covered in my presentation too. All those models can be worked out for environmental sustainability.
Okay, just one more question. What role do women play in agri-entrepreneurship and how can their participation be increased?
Yeah, as I see a lot of potential for women entrepreneurs to come into agri, mostly into the food processing, because food is one thing which we cook every day at home. So it's nothing a very big task for a woman entrepreneur to come. But there's again a lot of awareness is needed, a lot of support system is needed for a woman to step out from their comfort zones and come into this entrepreneurship. So we are still working on that. We have women organization called We Aim, which we work towards it. We also are now working on VMart, creating a unique marketing place for women entrepreneurs, so that they don't have to look back and say, I've made a product, but I don't have a buyer. So we are creating that. We are also evolving, creating a quick service restaurant, and all those models are being now established, and we will soon present it later. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Dr.
Hope we
Sowmini.
addressed all the
So now
questions.
we have, yes. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for the detailed presentation and answering all the questions in a very express way, very fast way. So we'll be ending this meeting now. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.